Reading of 9th December 2023. Significance of the Samadhi. On 5th December 1950 at 1:26 a.m., Sri Aurobindo left his physical sheath, the colonist from immortality, departed from the earthly habitation in the presence of the Mother, who stood near his feet with an intense, penetrating gaze, an incarnation of divine strength, poise, and calm. On the evening of the 6th, the following message was issued by the Mother. The funeral of Sri Aurobindo has not taken place today. His body is charged with such a concentration of supramental light that there is no sign of decomposition, and the body will be kept lying on his bed so long as it remains intact. On 7th and 8th December, the Mother issued the following two statements. Lord, this morning Thou hast given me the assurance that Thou wouldst stay with us until Thy work is achieved, not only as a consciousness which guides and illumines, but also as a dynamic presence in action. In unmistakable terms, Thou hast promised that all of Thyself would remain here and not leave the earth atmosphere until earth is transformed. Grant that we may be worthy of this marvelous presence, and that henceforth everything in us be concentrated on the one will to be more and more perfectly consecrated to the fulfillment of Thy sublime work. The lack of receptivity of the earth and men is mostly responsible for the decision Sri Aurobindo has taken regarding his body. But one thing is certain: what has happened on the physical plane affects in no way the truth of his teaching. All that he has said is perfectly true and remains so. Time and the course of events will prove it abundantly. On 9th December, the light faded and signs of discoloration here and there were visible. Then, according to the Mother's direction, the body was put into a specially prepared rosewood casket lined with silver sheet and satin, and the bottom made comfortable with cushions. Sri Aurobindo's body was wrapped in a gold-embroidered cloth. At 5 p.m., the body was carried by the sadhaks to the ashram courtyard under the service tree, where a cement vault had been under construction from 5th December, and his body was laid to rest under the cool shade of the service tree. That day, the following message, which was later engraved on a marble slab and fixed to the Samadhi as the vault is known, was issued by the mother. To thee, who hast been the material envelope of our Master, to thee, our infinite gratitude. Before thee, who hast done so much for us, who hast worked, struggled, suffered, hoped, endured so much, before thee who hast willed all, attempted all, prepared, achieved all for us, before thee we bow down and implore that we may never forget, even for a moment, all we owe to thee. Thus came to a close the physical life of the one who, without the world knowing it, worked unceasingly for the world and will continue doing so, careless of human reward of any kind and accepting the success of his mission as the only recompense. On different occasions, the mother has talked about the importance of Sri Aurobindo's Samadhi to many of the disciples. In her words, the Samadhi of Sri Aurobindo is not just a conventional place of pilgrimage. Every part of it is vibrant with the consciousness force that the Master embodied during his unparalleled lifelong sadhana. From the oldest to the youngest, devotees see his glorious face, hear his ethereal voice, receive his answer to their prayers, and become filled with something that cannot be mathematically proved but subjectively apprehended. Yogis, saints and sadhus through the ages have done miracles. The Samadhi does the same in a different way. It is a presence that radiates a constant stream of peace, light, force, and responds to all our soul needs when we approach it with faith and devotion. He is there with his glorified body, sustaining the entire world in a subtle movement, manifesting gradually his consciousness, partially veiled for the divine descent. His presence is so concrete and so living, like a conscious immensity that dominates and charges this atmosphere. I see how it seems to float in evanescent lights and colors, a beauty of unseizable delight, a spirit of purity and an elusive presence, though unsubstantial yet nearly material, carrying a sweetness unknown to the world. It seems to me that a heart that is one-pointed, aspiring ardently for the divine, if it stands before the Samadhi and desires nothing but his beatitude, will be transported into a region of delight much better and higher than the ecstasy experienced by the all-powerful heavens or that the earth has ever known. His presence vibrates concrete all around the Samadhi, and his influence penetrates and touches the central being and awakens the consciousness to the spiritual life. Even the agnostics, the unbelievers, people of bad will, who come out of curiosity to visit the Samadhi, return amazed by mysterious alchemy and find an inner peace, because there he showers his peace and his compassion constantly. It is this that bathes them when they pass before him. It is an unbelievable surcharged activity of his force and his presence. If you are in difficulty or you want an answer, it could be anything, or if you are not feeling quite at ease, or something is tormenting you, or you have made a mistake which makes you feel uneasy. Supposing you become angry and are discontented, which may be very insignificant, quite ordinary, and without any value, even for things of which you do not know the cause. If something is not all right, not as it should be, at that time, if you want to get rid of this somewhat unhappy state, come directly to the Samadhi and bow down your head at the Samadhi and speak frankly to Sri Aurobindo all that you have to say, without hesitation. You should tell him like this. You should keep your head on the Samadhi and you tell him to get rid of your difficulties. Or you send a prayer like this very sincerely, and you bring the concentration at the very depth of your being. I am sure that he will hear you and he will give you your answer. Without doubt, you can now communicate easily with him. There are many who put themselves in contact with him and find their answers. He has become more accessible to us and he is much more active. You see then, in this way you don't have to wait first to inform me, and then I would have to choose a convenient date, a precise time, and also see if I have the time or not, so that I could listen to what you have to tell me, and then I would answer. A whole process to be followed before you get the answer. It is long, it takes a lot of time, and above all, you have to have the patience to wait. But this method is convenient and more direct and more accessible. At any time you can ask. You just come to the Samadhi to have your answer. If something is not all right and you would like to know the cause, or you want to get rid of a weakness, or get cured, or be cleansed, to have a difficulty removed in order to be purified, for any answer, come and ask Sri Aurobindo at the Samadhi, and you will have the answer. Not only his answer, but also his blessings, his compassion, his peace and his illumination. You will be engulfed and seized by his love that is all powerful. Once you abandon yourself to him, you will be protected against all mishaps. It is like this, his influence. He reveals himself to all those who are simple, sincere, and humble. He is there, perfectly conscious, and he directs all the activities of the world.